Did you know that nearly 5 billion people around the world experience financial exclusion? Seems hard to believe that so many people can't access the financial services they need. But it's true. The reason for this? It's become increasingly hard to verify a person's real identity, and a lack of credit history, particularly among the millennial population, compounds the issue. Industry experts are going on the record to further explain this issue and what's being done about it.
Today people live in a sharing economy, so they drive around in Ubers and they don't buy cars as early. They stay at home with mum and dad, paying off student loans, not buying a home. The average 30-year-old in the US doesn't have any credit cards now, living off debit cards. These behaviours mean that these young people are put outside of the credit bureau infrastructure. The bureaus refer to them as thin file. According to the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau in the US, there's 50 million adults who are outside of the credit system, living on cash. So for these people, there's a lot of friction and outright rejection when they end up trying to open up an account or deal with a financial institution.
What's the solution? Digital identity verification platforms that can quickly and accurately determine if an identity is authentic and belongs to the user.
Digital identity verification is used to solve a whole plethora of business problems across e-commerce, across financial services, across healthcare, across federal government. At the end of the day, when a consumer is opening a new account online, they want the most passive, frictionless onboarding process as possible. While on the other side, the business is trying to make sure the person that they're about to onboard is who they say they are and pose a very little risk to the business.
At the forefront of this innovation is Socure, a digital identity verification service that utilizes their proprietary artificial intelligence platform to analyze vast quantities of online and offline data, determining identity authenticity.
Socure is a predictive analytics platform. That means we use machine learning. Within about a second, we combine unique bits of information about people from the real world, the offline world, as well as online and social information about them. And what we do is we help businesses figure out if the person who's applying for a service or performing a transaction is who they say they are or not. And that means proving that the identity is real, that it belongs to a real human being, or that it's a fake identity just made up by a fraudster trying to attack the system, or it's a stolen identity of a consumer that's being used to commit identity fraud.
Why we look at the digital identity is because all of us as good consumers lead very digital, robust lives across the internet. So what Socure focuses on is the email, the phone, the social media, public records, IP data, address history data, to paint a very clear, robust view of who this consumer is across their entire digital footprint. By looking at thousands of variables across a consumer's digital identity and applying the newest forms of machine learning, using training and feedback from the industry, Socure is able to very accurately predict risk. And by very accurately predicting risk, Socure can solve multiple problems in a business's value chain. They can help to say yes to more good consumers. By looking at an entirely new type of data, Socure is able to verify the very large audience of millennials. By very accurately predicting risk, Socure can help to say no to more of the bad people, reduce false positives where legacy systems just aren't sure. Socure, by very accurately predicting risk, can also solve for manual review, can also solve for knowledge-based authentication or out-of-wallet questions that add a ton of friction and a ton of false negatives to a customer's onboarding experience. By very accurately predicting risk, Socure can solve product issues, can solve risk issues, can solve authentication issues up and down an institution's value chain.
Identity is at the heart of various different types of industries. Identity is the heart of a lot of different types of problems in different industries. Financial services aren't the only industry that basically is facing this big problem. Healthcare, education, telecom, e-commerce, federal and state government, and even Internet of Things has problems to do with identity. And we believe that what we're doing is at the forefront of identity, helping people across over 40 countries to date. We've approved people from about 108 countries around the world to help them gain acceptance. And we expect that our service will expand and bring trust.
To learn more, visit Socure.com today.